I mean, back in the day, Maro was a legend on the Franco.
He was a legend, but you know who else is a legend?
Ooh.
Dominic.
Wow.
Gold medalist SEA Games already, diving deep into enemy lines. My God, what an impressive force. Buying so much time and space for the team. You can see that Team Falcons had to rotate 3 members up top to keep him at bay. My Lord. I like this name, by the way, Good Night. It'll give me a lot of creativity to cast later on if it is actually a good night for them. That's an onward and an earth shatter. Locking key point down. It might be first blood. A good guiding win and the flicker gets him out. A very scary situation, but Rindo has already hit level 4. Meanwhile, Leo gets caught in spatial migration. The violent Requiem. What? And the retry to secure the orange buff. A 3-level lead in the first minute of the game. I have never seen that happen before.
That's flexing. That's flexing if that's anything you can call it. I mean, Blacklist International completely outplaying Team of Falcons here in the first 2 minutes of the game. And that's a 1K gold that they have in their pockets. Wow, what a start to this.
What the heck? I've never seen a 3-level lead in the start of the game like that. Kimpoi knocked up again, but not much they can do with it. The guiding wind gets him out so easily, and sure, Blacklist International won't be able to have as much mid-control for now, but even with this mid-control, Rindo's the one on the turtle. There's not much Leo can do. He's still level 3, Dominic rotates a bit faster, and now there's going to be a flicker onward. Earthshatter comboed in, but with the Violent Requiem, it's Maro who gets picked off, and it's a free turtle over to Blacklist International.
He was looking for something over there. Leo, though, is he going to get taken down? And that's it! Owl, of all people, gets the kill on it to Leo. And that is going to propel this Bruno a lot further than the Beatrix in that lane.
The footballer gets a kill. It's a big snowball that he can develop here. Lautrec forced to just use that Bennett's Rage to clear the wave to get some of those minions. A 1.7k gold lead in the first 2 minutes of the game, and Team Falcons are already looking for scraps around the map. They need to look for something.
They do, and they haven't been able to find it. I mean, earlier on, Maro was looking for an engage with the Earth Shatter onward combination, but unfortunately, the counter engage coming from Blacklist was very quick as well. Maro here dealing some damage onto Kimpoi, but it's not enough damage to revert him back to the base. I mean, Kimpoi regenerating again, opening up again the vision. And this is Blacklist with so much control over the map.
Even Leo not able to farm. Good night! In the mid lane, 3 minutes in, gonna be taken out. Maro with a defensive Primal Wrath. A DPW.
Good night to good night.
It's not night yet. It's 4:32 p.m.
Is it?
It's good afternoon.
Oh, forced a flicker there in the top side. You can tell that Hulk is having quite a challenging time there against the Thanos in the lane. And that's exactly what we were waiting for, right? The buffs to the Thanos, we wanted to see how it performed. And this is what we're getting here.
It's doing really good in lane. Good damage as well. Final slash. Connecting onto Natalia, I believe.
Was there a Natalia in the game?
That's the term we use usually in turtle when it doesn't hit anything. But nice catch. Now it's Falcon who are basically trying to catch a lot of these hands from Blacklist International who are trying their best to just box Falcon out of these positions. They're not really able to find these positions at all. The Astral Echo reveals 2, and Maro is forced back with an Astral Meteor and a Sphere connecting onto the back. Leo forced to use the puncture defensively, and even a very aggressive Circling Eagle takes them out of the turtle fight entirely. Hulk forced to jump in with a vengeance, and that's the Sphere connecting. Hulk walking back, forcing a lot of this team to just help him get out, and Blacklist are controlling this game so well.
Blacklist having all their roots in the neutral objective takes, and it seems like despite realizing that they don't have enough firepower to go head-to-head with Blacklist, Falcons still seem to want to force the issue. Do you think they should be looking for trades somewhere else? Maybe try and bring Lautrec up?
That's the plan. Eterna definitely is, but Kimpoi is not letting that happen. Another Circling Eagle from Good Night. The turret falls in the bottom lane as he gets out with a guiding wind. No trades for Team Falcons.
That's a 4K gold lead for Blacklist in the 5th minute of the game. What's going on? What do Falcons do at this point?
Well, Goodnight's gonna be knocked up and taken out with a Requiem and a snipe from downtown. Haji eating Goodnight up just like you guys can eat. Hello, Panda.
201 KDA. Schnack. They gotta be enjoying this. 4,000 gold lead already? Literally nobody from the side of Blacklist has been taken out yet. That's how aggressive that they have been, and that's how calculated they've been when they go in for the end matches. Just taking Falcons to come back in the game.
They're just trying to beat the clock at this point, right? 6 minutes in, 4,800 gold lead built up. Goodnight has only gone the clock of destiny. And when you do that much damage onto the tank, you know it's a problem. The Meteor on top of a Requiem. Hulk gets a final slash, but it's all just to defend and prolong, delay the inevitable. The turret from being taken out up top.
But you can say that the Requiem has been such a driving force into the pickups coming in from Blacklist International, and not one person from the side of Falcon have actually respected that. No purifies whatsoever. I understand being on a Valentina, you want to have that flicker in your arsenal to go for these engages, especially when you pick up a initiating type of ultimate. But at this point, I think it would have been a little bit safer to go for Purify, seeing as how many times he's already been taken out in the first 6 minutes of the game. Already 0-2-0. Not really a good stat for him.
And every single ambush strat they're looking for has been basically read out by a Circling Eagle. That's Menace Rage onto Kimpoi. The first kill on the board. Rindo gets a Requiem though. And he picks up a killing spree. Now, gonna be run down as that's a Circling Eagle to the back by Goodnight, but he's not able to find enough damage. Rindo just soaks it in, and now it's Dominic who's looking for a flank, but he decides to stop.
There is a little bit of trading, I would say, for Falcon finally being able to crack that egg here in the 7th minute of the game. Kimpoi gets taken out, but unfortunately it was a roamer as well, so there's not many shutdowns to be available at this point. But Blacklist, again, still the oppressive force, looking for more trades. They're able to take that tower in the bottom side, and they're pushing once again. I don't know if Hulk can actually protect this, and I don't know if he wants to, right? Kimpoi on the Matilda, it's going to be so easy for him to dive in and dive out, weave in and weave out of these engages, being the sole protector of his team. And Rindo again?
Spatial migration and a violent Requiem again with Matilda Airlines to top it off. And Retribution steal. Dominic as well in the back, just flanking, zoning for the turret to be taken down in the mid lane. Forward free, another spatial migration. Not enough damage, but they've done enough emotional damage to push and shove Falcons back to their base.
Turret damage as well. Another turret does fall in the top side here for Blacklist International. Up until this point, the Saudi Arabian representatives, Falcons Esports, has yet to touch a single turret from Blacklist. It's almost a 10k gold lead for Blacklist.
In the 8th minute of the game, they've beaten the clock at this point. And Dominic's not even letting Leo get free farm. No free farm for any one of the members from Team Falcons. He might actually just lose out even more with the bottom lane getting shoved in. I don't think Falcons can even take Dominic down with one member. They cannot, like, match Dominic's presence with one member. They have to send at least 3. But by that time, Blacklist will just get a free neutral objective. Leo walks up and gets taken out like it's nothing. Chain CC'd on a Lancelot with a lot of unstoppable, untargetable abilities. He still gets one shot.
What was the plan, right? You're already 4 levels below. If you wanted to look for a steal, it was still so far off.
It's
even
a steal, yeah.
Exactly. The possibility of being able to steal with a 4-level deficit against the enemy jungler, that's a 10% chance, basically. So I don't understand what the plan was. Why did he dive in there?
Well, obviously, they're getting desperate at this point, right? They haven't even hit the 10-minute mark, and they've already lost so much. Spatial migration as the replay comes in. And my oh my, there's a little bit of an engage happening in the mid lane. No kills, however. Let's take a look at the replay again. Yeah, you're right. Leo, it felt like they were just getting desperate. They wanted to get an opening. They wanted to look for a steal, but they just couldn't find it.
It looks like a tilt. It looks like a tilt. It looks like
a misstep?
A wrong calculative decision. Like it wasn't calculated properly. And that's the result that you were given. Leo, unfortunately, was taken out, and this Lord is going to be marching down on the top side. This might be the final push.
It actually might be with the First Lord. It's very rare that we see a First Lord final push, but in 10 minutes, it's an 11,000 gold lead. Falcons still able to evade from the inevitable end. Before now, I feel
Almost
like
12K.
exactly with that gold lead, they're kind of just relying on Blacklist to make a mistake here, right? What other proactive movements can they make?
They can name the hero and win 4,000 diamonds.
Just like the people back at home?
Exactly.
What's that hero?
It's Diggy.
Vicky was banned, no.
Okay. Who wasn't banned?
Samus?
Farsa.
Yeah, I mean, technically you're right. Farsa wasn't banned.
Could be Farsa.
Leo's completed the Thunder Belt. Dominic just opening up the map like it's his part of the map, right? At this point on the Stamens, is he even killable?
Doesn't look like it so far. Does Falcon have enough just raw damage at this point, being so far behind? I guess we'll get to a little sneak peek into the items from the Valentina. Not near as ready. The Beatrix has the raw damage, but what about the penetration?
For Blacklist, I don't even think they need penetration at this point. The Falcons frontliners they don't even have enough gold to actually pose a threat defensively. Window just jumps in like it's nothing, pops in the Requiem, jumps out. Doesn't even matter. He wasted a big resource, but at this point, as long as they keep Falcons at bay, as long as they continue to freeze the waves, it'll always be a small win for Blacklist.
Matilda's just... It's a force. It's a force to be reckoned with. It's an airline, right? Because even earlier on, the amount of times that Kimboy has been able to save his friend's skin, that was even before he was able to secure the Flask of the Oasis. Now he has it, so it's going to be that much harder for Falcons to look for the opening that they so rightly deserve.
Okay.
Leo?
Another chance to try to look for a steal, but the Astral Echo reveals all four of them, and Leo gets zoned away before he can even do anything to the Lord. So a puncture ready, but I don't think Leo wants to go for it. It's an easy take for Blacklist, and a good trade actually from Falcons. This is the only trade he can get. It's not a good trade on paper, but considering the situation Falcons have been placed in by Blacklist, that's the first turret in the game, first objective for Falcons.
Those were the kind of plays that I really was expecting from Falcons when they were already behind like 5k, 6k gold. It took them this long for them to go like, alright, hey, Blacklist, they're playing with fire. Let's not fight fire with fire. Let's look for something else.
Let's look for water.
Let's look for water. Look for something else on the map. Don't try to go head-to-head with them. And they do finally get a little bit in exchange. I understand, like you mentioned, it's not the best trade that they can get, but it's literally the only choice they got at this moment, right? They can maybe perhaps utilize Leo to go for a split. Even that is quite difficult with how pressuring Dominic is. But what?
Final Requiem with a spatial migration only onto Hulk, now caught in Earth Shatter. The turret's gonna be falling down. The window actually gets down, and the final splash connects onto Owl, but he's still free hitting somehow, some way. Leo forced back all the way inside of the base, and Team Falcons are looking for a defense that might not be possible at this point. But it's rage used up onto Hulk. The Mirror's Passion canceled out by a circling eagle, and Owl is just free hitting, taking them down one by one. It's a double kill, a desperate Earth Shatter Flicker combo as Owl picks up a triple, and it's a Maniac Savage! Not in time! Blacklist gets the win early.
The first Maniac of Mpl